Looking downfield, it's Scott. Coming out aggressively. Hits him inside the 20, still going. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete to the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Davison. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs. They use him in the passing game as well. They caught the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to pass, it's Scott. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires to the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on 1st down. Skips away from pressure. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He's going to take off. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Back to throw, it's Scott. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic with his feet. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out, continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
The Ducks will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet, 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches, but you know what?
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
To the air, it's Scott. They're setting up the screen. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Looking to buy time. Unleashes one deep. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. You need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Setting up the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves him in 2nd and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Let's go.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this 2nd half. And
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Breaks into the open. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And how about it? It's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked them apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the 1st down. Nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a man. It's Scott. Using his legs to buy some time. Quarterback gets the 1st down. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get 1st downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat.
And because of the success this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Designed runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now, and this is a big key for us to win this game.
The gift to the back. Sweet cut there. Still making moves. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Back to pass, it's Scott. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one. Another explosive play and another first down.
And how about this quarterback, man? He's showing you a little bit of everything. He's had a great day throwing the football, spinning it around, scoring touchdowns, and now shows you he can pick them up and put them down, scrambling for the first down. He's had a day where he's really showing you he can do all things on the football field.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got the big tight end on the corner route. He makes a catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-goal situation from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He'll set up to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things.
There he goes! 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.